What is going on, you guys? I hope you're all having a grateful day. As you guys can probably tell by the title of this video, there's something wrong with the TC. I think I personally know what the problem is, so I kind of want to diagnose that, see if that's really the problem. Either way, I'm still going to be replacing everything. What I'm talking about is the alternator. I think there's something wrong with the alternator on the TC. Hopefully you guys are able to see me as I go into the dark towards my car. So on Monday, when I start, you guys won't be able to see me. Okay, so on Monday, when I went to work, I started hearing a whining noise, and it was kind of low, kind of subtle, but it was definitely something that I could definitely notice a change of the car's tone. So from there, I drove it to work, I drove it home, didn't think not much of it. I couldn't figure out what the noise was or anything like that. The next day, on Tuesday, when I started driving my car back to work, I started hearing it a little bit louder than it was the day before, which was Monday. So when I got to work, then I drove back home. When I drove home, I waited till it got dark, and when I got dark, I wanted to test to see if it was the alternator. So I turned on my lights at night, which I'll show you guys right now. Hopefully the car starts right now. I turned on the lights, and the lights started flickering, which to me, I'm pretty sure that's the alternator. But the other thing that I want to test out to make sure that it is an alternator, which I didn't test out that day, is I want to turn on the car if it turns on, and I want to unplug the positive battery while it's running to see if the car is going to die out. Supposedly, if it does die out when you unplug the positive of the terminal of the battery, that means the alternator is going bad, which I'm pretty sure it is the alternator. I'm thinking it's the alternator because the lights, my HIDs were flickering at night. So I'm about 75% positive that it's the alternator. Now jumping over till today, which is Friday, I stopped driving my car after work on Tuesday, so I drove my mom's car from Wednesday all the way to Friday. So I know you guys can't see me right now. I'm walking towards the TC. I want to see if it's going to start or not, and if it does, I want to show you guys the whining noise, because I do need to move the car to the back since I am going to be replacing the alternator if the problem is the alternator. So let's see if it turns on. I can see the alarm is still on, so okay. I don't know. I don't have no doubt that the car is gonna turn on. I'm pretty sure it will. The battery's pretty new, so I don't think there's any problem with that. Kodak, hey, what are you doing? Here we go. I'm pretty sure it is. Let's come on, turn on, TC. I love you, baby. Come on, come on. Oh yeah. Right now, while it's warming up, I kind of want to show you. I'm gonna turn on the HIDs. Hopefully, you guys are able to hear me. Look at this boy, just going there. You can see it on this headlight, look. You can hear the whining too. So that's what my TC is doing. The headlights, the HIDs are flickering, and you can hear the whining noise, which I'll show you guys a little bit more once I move the car to the back. So I'm gonna let it warm up, and we're gonna move it to the back. I'm gonna press the gas a little bit so you guys can kind of hear the noise that I think is coming from the alternator. But we're gonna test out the battery next. We're gonna unplug the positive and try and see if that's gonna make the car turn off. But for now, let me just give it a couple revs. So I can see smoke coming out slightly. If you guys stand from over here, I think you'll be able to see it. Maybe not. But hopefully the camera was able to pick up the noise, the whining noise that I think is coming from the alternator. I'm going to turn on the car again, and we're going to test out by removing the positive side of the battery. If we remove the positive side of the battery and the car turns off, that means it is going to be the alternator. Kind of struggling to turn on now. Look at all look, you can see the smoke. See? Yep, it is the alternator. That's what's causing the problem. The whining noise. The the alternator is the problem. So as you guys were able to tell, the battery ended up dying when the car was on. So that does mean that the alternator is bad. That's two signs right there. The lights are flickering, which they would never flicker, and the car turns off when you unplug the positive while the car is running. So rip TC. Rip TC. So now we're gonna get the alternator pulled out of the TC because I'm gonna go get this rebuilt tomorrow. My dad, I guess he told me that he has a friend that can rebuild them. So he's gonna rebuild that hopefully by tomorrow on Saturday. Give it back to me on Sunday, and hopefully I'll be able to install it on Sunday, if not Monday. Monday I have the day off, so I'm glad I'll be able to do that and get the TC back running. Actually, I won't be getting the TC back running because might as well. I was talking to Chris. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Chris with the Rocket Bunny TC. He told me, might as well, you know, let's change everything out. Change the water pump, change the thermostat, change the serpentine belt. Might as well everything. Let's do all of it at once, since I am going to be getting the alternator out. It's going to free up a lot of space, and it's just going to make things a lot easier. So might as well right now while I'm at it, replace everything. That way, when it comes later on down the road, I won't have any of these issues anymore regarding water pump, thermostat, or anything else alternator. So we're gonna get the alternator taken off. I did start already by unplugging the battery. I'm gonna might as well unplug the positive side as well. That way, I just want to remove the battery from here, just in case, you know. You never know. You never know. Maybe they might connect back and catch the TC on fire. You never know. Oh, this is a heavy battery. This is a goddamn heavy battery. Odyssey, where you at, Odyssey? Man, TC looks so dead. Why do you look so dead, TC? This kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. This is like the first time I have ever had problems with the TC. Anything in the engine bay. If only there was a big snail right here. So I got the car jacked up, as you guys can tell. And I'm not really going to be taking off the wheels just yet. Well, I just need to take off this side until I start doing the water pump, since I might need to get under the car. So I'm not going to worry about that right now until we start getting into the water pump. So in order to get the alternator out of here, we got to loosen the tensioner bolt to remove the serpentine belt that surrounds around, that's hugging right there, the pulley for the alternator. And then we can start removing all this wiring that's right here, which is basic little screws and whatnot. So the belt is the most important thing. We don't really need to worry about how the belt sits right now. I'm just gonna be taking it all off anyways. I mean, like the configuration, how the belt goes, because there's online, I checked online, and there's pictures of how they go, so I don't really need to remember how it looks like right now. So let's get the alternator out of here. So I ran into the first issue. I don't have a smaller socket than this. I definitely need a smaller socket, half the size of this, in order to get to that tensioner bolt. And the thing is, I just tried turning on my mom's car. The battery's dead. What the hell? What's going on? That's the only car I can use to go to AutoZone. So now I guess I'm going walking. Hopefully this is what I need. I'm hoping it is a 19 mil. Now off to walk back to the house. 25 minutes later, got the socket. Hopefully this is the one for the tensioner bolt. If not, I'm gonna have to go make another walk to AutoZone and go get a different socket. I'm hoping this is it. This bolt is taken off that connects this bracket to all the wiring loom. This piece is disconnected, 10 mil, and then just the connection right there is unplugged. And then you just need that screw that's right there. Come on, focus. That you see right there. That one right there. And there should be one on the bottom of the pulley. So we're gonna get those two off. And I think those two are the last ones I need in order to get the alternator out. Hopefully they are. Let's see how hard it is to take them off. So this pesky bolt was the hardest one to take off from everything on here, but this should be the last bolt needed in order to get the alternator out of there. Like I mentioned, this one was right under the pulley, which was pretty difficult. I had to get on top of the car because my back was hurting, because I guess I jacked the car up way too high. I was like hunched back. Just in case if you guys are curious what size these are, this one that's located under the pulley is a 12 mil. The one that's across right there where it's missing the bolt, if it focuses, right there where you see it's silver, this is a 14 mil. And well, of course a 10, and just the plug, and that should be it. There she is, guys. Alternator is out. We out here, boys. So I got the alternator out. As you guys can tell, it's right here. It used to be there, now it's right here. Now that was a pain to take off, at least that bolt that's down there under the pulley. But I mean, it's out. It's out now, looking good. It kind of looks like it's burnt out right there. So you guys can tell right there, there's a lot of like debris in this side. So I don't know, maybe that's what caused it to kind of like make a whining noise. Not sure. I don't know how the alternators look inside. I've never opened one before or anything like that. But my dad's friend is going to go rebuild this one. Hopefully, maybe he can take a picture or something like that to kind of see the inside of what an alternator looks like. Or maybe I'm pretty sure I can Google a picture and see what an alternator is supposed to look like from the inside. But nonetheless, the alternator is out. The belt is just sitting here loosely. We're not going to get into that whole mess until we start doing the water pump, because we got to remove the wheel. We got to remove this plastic cover that's down there. That way we can see the belt and the pulleys from the side a little bit more, because from this angle you can't see that much except for the top of the belt. So yeah, that was kind of a good experience to take out an alternator. This is my first alternator I ever take out from any car ever, and I'm glad it was mine. So I think I'm gonna end the video on this note on removing the alternator, because that's basically everything I wanted to do today. That way I'm able to take the alternator to my dad, and my dad can take it to his friend, and he can get it rebuilt for me. I was gonna say, and we can get the alternator back installed, but we can't until we do the water pump. So that's probably gonna be the next thing to do. I did just recently place the order on that, the water pump, the thermostat, the serpentine belt, and the thermostat gasket. And that's pretty much everything that I'm going to be replacing on the TC. Basically just maintenance stuff, especially since my car is about to hit, I think, 140,000 miles. I'm not sure. I bought the car when it had 80 something thousand miles, and now it has 140. That's where I'm gonna end today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace out and embrace yourself.